Everybody, it's EzraTime again here, and welcome back to an anime review. And yeah, today we're gonna be reviewing DateaLive season two. Like I said before, I'm doing the seasonal review for DateaLive. I think again season four is concluding next week, so I'm gonna expect for another review by then, obviously, and then I probably want to make like a character review video in the future. But either way, yeah, this is DateaLive season two, and let me just say this, or like let me just start. Season two start pretty rough in my opinion. Like I feel like when people say Data Life are like cringy and all that kind of stuff, sometimes they say it like because it's a harem anime and usually they are cringy, which I get it. But I legit meant this where I feel like the very first episode of season two is actually really cringy. Like basically Toka kind of like misunderstanding Shido every single time because she was this drama, right? Because she is a spirit, so he doesn't exactly know the our world, like what people are doing, right? And then basically he gained knowledge from watching TVs and all that kind of stuff with Yoshino, with the other spirit. And and then every single time, I think it happens 3 times on the first episode where he basically misunderstanding Shido and then basically just panicking and then just turn into a spirit that nearly destroyed the town, like nearly kill everybody in the end. And it was just like so cringy and so over the top, and it was like I can't help but roll my eyes. I'm just like, this is how it started, because the first season like ended in a really good way, like expecting more in the future, right? Kind of stuff, and it was good, but the start of season two was pretty rough. Season one was completely cringy. It was like I want to erase that in from my memory because Toka was like so cringy. Like it was supposed to be funny, but I didn't find it funny. I found myself rolling my ass every single time. And episode 2 and 3, you got to introduce to the Yamai sister, which is the new spirit. I think Kaguya and Yuzuru, I think that's their name. And basically, they used to be this one person, but for some reason they get split into two personalities. And uh, episode 2 and 3 are fairly boring in my opinion. Like I don't remember much to be honest. It's just like yeah, it's just boring, and it's just like I just don't think it's really uh, yeah, not a good start for season two. Gotta be honest. However, there is a massively positive feedback that I can give for season two, and that is the character of Miku. Basically, when Miku was introduced, like basically the second half of the season, it's just basically action and action the entire time. Everything becomes so dramatic, but in a good way, in an engaging way. And Miko's character is just like so fantastic, and then her spirit power basically like manipulating other people or like basically commanding other people through her through her song. And she basically control every spirit except Toka. And then you got this plot where Shido has to stop obviously Miku because she managed to take over the entire city through her song, and the spirit as well. So like that's also an extra problem there. And then and then the other side of the problem is that Toka was get kidnapped by the DEM, I think. And yeah, season two basically introduced a villain because in the first one there is no actual villain. I mean, I guess Kurumi is a villain, but that's about it. But season two, that's where we were actually introduced to the actual villain, and that is Isaac Westcott, I think, and Alan Maters, I think, or like Alan Maters, who owned this company called Deus Ex Machina. Like that's literally the company's name, like DEM. And our protagonist worked as Rata Tosca or something like that. I forgot. I forgot how to pronounce the company. I'm sorry, guys, but the thing is that there's basically two team at this point. Like you got the DM, and then you got Shido's team, led by Kotora, obviously. But yeah, it's just like I think this is like a good introduction to the villain, obviously in the to the series because basically Westcott and Alan becomes the main antagonist throughout the series, like literally. And I feel like that's a good introduction to introduce them in season two because well, you get to know more about the world, right? And then you get to know that there is an actual villain out there, and not just like stopping spirits, and then that's it. And I think that's a really good idea to introduce them in season two. And for season two, they're a pretty solid villain. I mean, they are. You could hate the villain, in my opinion. I feel like you're not like I'm not hating because he's a terrible or like a terrible villain, quote not necessarily, but it's like yeah, he's just really cunning and doesn't have any empathy or like remorse for what they were doing. And it's just like you have this mystery what they're purpose is, in the story, and then you got some hints about Shido's past and all that kind of stuff. So like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the second half of this anime just rides, just like a ride from beginning to end, basically. Because again, Miku's side of the story, which is interesting, and then she basically controlled the entire city, and you got the entire stuff with DAM, and then you got Toka as well, again, get kidnapped by the DAM, and then you got Shido try to deal with this both scenario at once, and then just like it was intense in my opinion, and then there is some epic battle for like the last 3 episodes I think, which is like, yeah, really really good, really solid. And I think that's why I still probably put season 2 higher than season 1, even though the the first 3 episode, or like 4 episode, was just boring in my opinion. Especially the first one is so cringy in my opinion. If you guys watch season 2 and you watch the first episode, you know what I'm talking about. It's so cringy. I can stand it. It's just like, oh my god, it's so irritating. But at least the rest of the series is great. Got great character, got great action, got great villain in my opinion. Well, maybe not great villain, but at least good villain enough, for the story. Um, and you got some teasers again for the main plot. Who is Shido actually is. Why he has this power. There is some hints in season 2. Just one hint, I think. And again, that's why I love DateaLive anime in general. Like, it's not just a harem anime, like the typical harem anime. Because if this was a typical harem anime, then first of all, nothing will happen, right? Nothing will happen in the plot. It's just like, yeah, whatever, boring, I guess. Um, but DateaLive actually got a plot. There is a villain, and it's a good villain in my opinion. And there is a mystery about the main character. There is a mystery about the spirits. Where did they came from? How do we stop them and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, sure, dating them as one point, but like I'm talking about the origin of the spirit. Like we have no idea where they come from. And that they kind of like question that. So that's why I think their life is like a not typical harem anime. I'm really grateful for that. It's actually a harem anime with an actual plot and an actual character. Like, for granted, the characters is not the greatest, but they're good enough. And I think season 2 is a good stepping up point, even though the the first half is probably rough to watch. Like the first 3 episodes at least is this rough to watch. And kind of make you want to stop. But if you guys manage to pass that point, then well, you'll be prepared for a treat, like for a large treat, because man, everything becomes so epic towards the second half of the season. It was just like, whoa. But yeah, that's my review for season 2, guys. Hopefully my review is coherent enough. I mean, I love the season 2, obviously. Again, rough start, but at least the second half had it coming. Like has a good action sequences and a good villain and all that kind of stuff, and pretty much just a ride, like I said before, like until the last episode of season 2. I mean, this season 2 only have 10 episodes, by the way, so like it's not 12 episodes like in general. Um, but yeah, it's a great season 2 in my opinion, at least. So yeah, so the question I leave to you guys: what do you guys think about season 2? If you guys already watched DateaLive anime, if you guys haven't watched DateaLive anime, then I suggest you guys give it a watch. It's an anime that actually have a plot, actually has a mystery, and I think it's a pretty interesting anime to watch. Like it's not the greatest thing ever, obviously, but I think it's good enough. There is some cringy moment. Obviously, it's a harem anime. What do you expect, right? Especially in the beginning of season 2. However, if I manage to get past that, you're in for a treat. Believe me. But yeah, that's my review for DateaLive season 2. I expect season 3 review soon. I don't know when. I mean, obviously before season 4 finish, I want to like review season 3, and then after season 4 was concluding, then I'm gonna review that, obviously. But yeah, that's my review, guys. If you guys enjoyed, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, usual stuff. And yeah, highly recommend you guys to go watch it if you guys haven't already. You guys might like it, you guys might hate it. Who knows? Everybody has different tastes, but just give it a watch if you guys haven't watched DateaLive. I think it's a good anime in my opinion, at least. But yeah, stay tuned for more reviews in the future. I expect for DateaLive season 3 reviews in the future. If you guys expecting, I mean, I don't think anybody's expecting it, but whatever, I'm just gonna say it out there. But I'm really hoping you guys enjoy the season 2 review, guys. And yeah, hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.